Alright guys, so the first fight taking place at UFC Fighting Over vs. Volkov is Karol Rosa versus Joselyne. This fight is a women's bantamweight fight. Karol Rosa, the 16th best women's bantamweight fighter in the world, 13 wins with only 3 losses. She's on a 4-fight win streak, with 2 of those wins coming inside the UFC. Joselyne is the 29th best women's bantamweight fighter in the world. She has a record of 10 wins with only 2 losses. Her last win inside the UFC in a short notice fight against Yan and Wu. Karol Rosa is 26 years old. Joselyne is 25 and a half years old. Now there is a humongous height and reach advantage in this fight for Joselyne. She's 5 foot 8 inches tall and has an amazing reach of 70 inches. Karol Rosa is 5 foot 5 inches tall, 3 inches smaller than Joselyne and has a reach of 67 and a half inches, which is 2.5 inches smaller than Joselyne. And guys, if you look at the tabloid predictions, out of 135 different votes, 55% of the vote going for Karol Rosa to win the fight. Literally every single one of the votes going for Karol Rosa to win the fight are saying she's going to win the fight by decision, and 45% of the vote going for Joselyne to win the fight, mainly by decision, and then a couple of people had her win the fight by knockout. In my opinion, I think the fight's going to go all the way. I don't think either fighter is going to get a knockout or a submission in the fight. I think the fight's going to go all the way, and one of these two girls is going to win the fight by unanimous decision. Alright guys, so as you guys know, Karol Rosa has a record of 13 wins with only 3 losses. She's been fighting as a pro MMA fighter since 2012. She started with 5 straight wins in a row. Literally every single one of those wins coming by decision. Lost one fight by decision, came back with a decision win, got a second round armbar submission win, a second round TKO win, lost a knife fight by second round guillotine choke submission, came back with a third round doctor stoppage, lost a knife fight by first round Kimura submission, got a third round arm choke submission, and a third round knockout win, both in 2019. And finally, in 2019, got a shot against an undefeated fighter, Lara Procopio, won the fight in a very close fight by split decision. In the fight, she ended up getting a knockdown in the fight, and in her next fight against Vanessa Mello, ended up dominating the fight and won that fight by unanimous decision, and looks to make it 3-0 inside the UFC in this fight. Alright guys, so Joselyne Edwards, 10 wins with only 2 losses. She started her career back in 2015 with a first round knockout win in 10 seconds into the first round, lost in this fight, her first ever pro MMA loss by second round armbar submission, came back with a second round knockout, first round armbar submission, a first round knockout, another unanimous decision, a first round knockout win, and finally joined KOTC in her next fight in 2018, won the fight by second round armbar submission, lost her next fight inside the LFA against Sarah Alpar, who had some fights inside the UFC recently, lost the fight by split decision in a very close fight, came back with a first round knockout win over Pamela Gonzalez in literally 28 seconds in the first round, and got a short notice fight literally just 2 weeks ago against Yan and Wu, and she won the fight by decision, and now she looks to make it 2-0 inside the UFC against Karol Rosa in this fight. Alright guys, so Joselyne Edwards, I'm gonna say it right now, all of her wins before 2018 were honestly against tuna cans. After 2018, she fought some pretty good competition inside the KOTC, like that win against Brenda Gonzalez by armbar submission, that really close loss against Sarah Alpar inside of the LFA by split decision, and that first round knockout win over Pamela Gonzalez in literally 28 seconds in the first round. Absolutely insane. I mean, after all those very impressive wins and very impressive losses against Sarah Alpar inside the LFA, she finally got that shot inside of the UFC, and she fought Yan and Wu on short notice, and the fight honestly went just as I expected it to. In the first and second round, she looked really good. She was landing a lot of good jabs, and every now and then landing some good leg kicks and right hands. But after the second round, I mean, it was 2018 on the scorecards. If the fight had gone all the way, she would have won the fight by decision. But in the third round, it was really close. She really gassed out a lot in that third round. And guys, so to be honest, Joselyne Edwards' endurance is probably her biggest weakness in her fights, because the first and second round, she always looks really good. But in the third round, she always gasses out and does not look good. Usually her opponents win that third round, or it's just a very close round. Now, either way, she did win the fight by 29-28 decision, or even 30-27 decision, however you guys look at that fight. And that was her first fight inside the UFC. It was a short notice fight. That is very impressive. And then if you look at Karol Rosa, I mean, she's been in the UFC for, 2 years now. She's 2-0 inside the UFC over Lara Procopio and Vanessa Mello. Yeah, not the best 2 fighters on her resume, but to be honest, the fight against Lara Procopio was a really close fight. But I think the fact that Karol Rosa got a knockdown in the fight ultimately got her the win in that fight. And the fight against Vanessa Mello, she got 2 takedowns in the fight, dominated the fight on the striking, dominated the fight on the ground in the grappling and wrestling, and because of that, that's why she won the fight by 30-27 unanimous decision. And guys, as I said before, Joselyne Edwards is taking this fight on short notice. Karol Rosa was supposed to be fighting Nico Montano, and now is fighting Joselyne Edwards. And guys, I would definitely say Joselyne Edwards has a little bit more power than Karol Rosa, but Karol Rosa has the third of the takedown, as we saw in her last fight with Vanessa Mello. And guys, when these fights are very close fights, like on the feet in this fight, I mean, this fight on the feet in the striking is going to be very close. And when Karol Rosa, literally with 1 minute, 2 minutes left in the round, goes for a takedown, lands a takedown, that is going to be the deciding factor of who actually wins the rounds. And because of that, I think Karol Rosa is going to get the takedown literally at the last minute of every single round and secure the the win with a 29-28 unanimous decision. Alright guys, so if you agree or if you disagree with that prediction, I don't really care. Put your predictions in the comments down below. I'd love to see what you guys think is going to happen in this bantamweight fight. If you think that Karol is going to go out there and get a first round knock in the fight, if you think that Joselyne is going to go out there and get a second round submission in the fight, whatever your prediction is for this women's bantamweight fight, put that in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you guys don't miss when I post a new video. That'd be absolutely insane. Subscribe!